Mishra's Genuine Draft.
Hey there, Magic players. Barry White here for Magic Untapped. I'm going to do something I've never done before. This is part of Magic the Gathering Online's 20th anniversary celebration. This is a Vintage Masters sealed deck event that I've just entered. These are the cards I have gotten from the sealed deck. You see we got a couple of the old school fetch lands from Mirage and just a bunch of cool older stuff and Horn Elves and whatnot. Vintage Masters was a Masters set that was only for MTGO. I guess it is only for MTGO. It contains cards that, at least at the time that they made this, which was a number of years ago, were not available in Modern. So just a way to get a bunch of old cards into Modern. So let's see. I'm going to go ahead and start putting together a deck. Once I am done with it, I'll go ahead and show it to you, let you know what I've decided to put together. Just looking at what I have right here, it might be some sort of maybe a maybe like a red. Definitely gonna be red. Red's something. I haven't quite decided yet, but I'll get back to you in just a second. Magic of video editing, and I'll show you what I got. Okay, so here's what we put together. I thought it was going to go red, and really actually had built a red-white deck based around goblins and some white enchantments and a little bit of removal from that color as well. Decided it felt a little, well, clunky. So I took a look again, and black-green with a little splashing looks like the best option. I have ramp from both black and from green. I have some big threats in both colors, including a nice little combo here between this Penumbra Worm and Reign of the Pits. We'll see if we can pull that off. For a little extra toolboxy type stuff, I did add one blue card and two white cards, so technically doing four colors here. I added Afterlife and Exile as extra removal, and then also technically removal is Ether Mutation, which is a bounce spell, but it lets me go wider with Saproling tokens when I do cast it. So we'll see how this goes. First time I've ever done a Vintage Masters event of any sort, so wish me luck, I guess. Alright, I won the die roll for game one here, so yeah, I'd like to go ahead and play first. Why not? And what do I have here? I have 4 lands, I have a 2-drop, white spell I cannot cast. I think I might mulligan this away, get something that might be a little better to use here. Alright, 2 forests, nothing I can cast. Maybe I should have kept that first hand. Well, that's the joys of limited, I suppose. Who is my opponent? Depian? Alright. We're going to mull that one back. Okay, we're going to go ahead and keep this. I have 3 colors. I have Dark Ritual. I have some stuff. I'm probably going to send back a Swamp and this Desert Twister here. So we'll go ahead and keep that. I'm going to send back the Desert Twister, and we're going to send back one of my 2 Swamps. Yep, and done. We're just going to go ahead and play out this Sky Shroud Forest here, tapped, and let's get a little more space here, and then we'll move on. An opponent, Depian, whatever your name is. What do you got going for us? There we go. Another main. They have thrown down a forest, bring on a Fenhorn Elf. I would love to have been my first play. Alrighty. Well, I got Basking Root Wallow, but I'm going to go and throw down a Swamp. Let's see here. If I do that for 3, that takes 2. Then I could also, I can Addle and I can Mesmeric Fiend. I think that sounds good. Yeah, so I'm going to Mesmeric Fiend and take a look at their hand, and then I'll Addle. So Dark Ritual. There's 3 black. Use 2 of that for the Mesmeric Fiend. Day 1, there we go. Alright, take a look at their hand. Good. Roar of the Worm, which I believe has flashback. It does. Berserk, Click Slither. That would have been nice if I got those goblins. But let's see here. Roar of the Worm, I'd rather have to hard cast that than flashback it, so I'm going to probably... Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the... Let's see, what kind of mana are we looking at here? You need a lot of red. You don't have enough red, so we're going to get rid of the Roar of the Worm. And then I'm going to addle you. Tap for colorless and choose green. And we're going to choose the Berserk. Yep. And you can discard the Berserk. And go. Okay, let's see. Where do I see my revealed? Don't use this that often. Revealed zone. There we go. Okay. What are we seeing here? Well, we know you got the mountain. Berserk's gone. Got all of this known stuff I need to sort through here. What's up with all the multiples here? Come on. Okay, I think that might be it. And I think you had 2 forests. All right. In step. Opponent, or no, me. Pre-combat, I got Exile, which is not amazing. I'm just gonna go ahead and take one for the team here. Play the Rugwalla, and I'll pass the turn. Not gonna attack, you'll just get your thing back, and we'll in turn. Opponent drops down a forest. A little smaller. Alrighty. That's it. This is an exciting game so far, isn't it? Alright. Reign of the Tyrant doesn't do me a whole lot good. Let's go ahead and attack with the Rugwalla. If you block, I'll just try to kill off your Finhorn Elves. We have a Simian Grunts. That's nice. Alright, they're probably going to pay the Echo on that too, I would expect. Yep, block there. To be fair, the Grunts is probably going to come out at the end of the turn anyhow. Do they pay the Echo? I would. Yes, and they do. Alrighty. Drops down a mountain. They're one away from that Click Sliver. Let's see. Do I go ahead and block that? Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I think I go ahead and block that. I can have that. I can't cast that anytime soon anyway. So we'll trade there. They go down on lands. They get the card back. And, oh, in step, yep. Alright, well at least now I have Exile, which is good, because then I can exile an attacking creature. See if I can catch them off guard with that. Opponent. Whoops, as I hit my microphone. It's always great to do. Okay, that goes that last forest. So they have 5, I think they need 7 to cast that. I wish I left that in the known zone, but let's go ahead and just remove that for now. I'll gain life equal to its toughness, so I'll get 4 life off that. Go back up to 20. The opponent brings back a Beetle back Chief, which makes a couple Goblin tokens too, I believe. Yeah, it does. There we go. Go a little wider. Very nice. I got a swamp, which is, I mean, it's good. I could use some land, but I could also use some more answers and threats here, because I'm about to get piled for those 4 I just gained. Get in there for 4. And there we go. Goblin Patrol. See, they went with the goblins after all. See, I wasn't feeling too good on that, but they also seem to have better goblins and better goblin synergy than I would have had. So, playing the Echo. Alright, moving on. Getting in for a lot more. Bring it down to 10. And instep. Alright. Well, this is, I mean, it's something. I think I'm going to vote death. I'm going to choose death. They're going to choose probably torture. What do they choose? I can't even see it. Oh, they chose, yeah, so I guess they lost life. Alright. I know, but my little camera thing is blocking right there, so can't see the bottom of that too well. Alright, Solar Blast, cycling that, 1 damage to me. They get a card. So I'm at 9. They're about to hit me for another 6 at minimum. Oh, there's their Click Slither, and that's game. So we'll just move on here. Start sideboarding. All right. Well, that wasn't fun. What do we do here? I mean, what do we do here? I don't have a whole lot of black, or I don't have any more black to put in. I really did max out my black. I mean, another creature, I guess, could be good, but they went wide a lot. And I don't know if I really have an answer for going wide aside from going wide myself. Of course, milling down or mulliganing down by a couple cards definitely did not help me too much. So there is that. Yeah, Edric doesn't help me. The non-basics don't help me. Psychotog, I mean, I don't even think that really helps me too much. Gosh, maybe I just chalk that up to being, what it is, and I just move on. Let's go ahead and just do that. We'll just move on. And I'll play first. Hopefully I don't have to mulligan. I have good lands this time. I have colors cast almost everything I have, so I think I will keep this. Opponent does the same. I'm going to drop down a forest, drop down my Finhorn Elf, and move on. Opponent drops down a forest. Do they also have a Finhorn Elf? They do. Look at that, mirror match. Alright. I got a Penumbra Worm. I don't have a turn 2 play here, so I'm just going to go ahead and drop down the Pine Barrens tapped and pass the turn, I suppose. Not going to attack. Because I do have some biggies that I want to start, I want to be able to ramp up to here. I'm at 3 mana. There's 4 mana. I need 5 to cast a Jungle Worm at the very least. Very good. Instep. All right. Well, there's my white. So I have white for Afterlife now, which is good. But for the time being, I think my opponent and I are just going to be happy to sit back. An opponent drops down another forest. Yep, they're not attacking in turn. Very good. All right. Well, I can go ahead and just bring out my Jungle Worm now, I suppose. And then in turn with that. Green, 1, 2, and 3. And we'll pass turn there. I'm a couple off from that. The Desert Twister I can cast, I guess, in 2 turns, because the Skyshroud Forest is going to come into play tapped. I think my opponent might be waiting to grab some red, which would be nice if that's the case. So we're going to go ahead and attack with the Jungle Worm, see what happens. And do they let it through? They do. They let it through down to 15. Throw down Sky Shroud Forest, and also going to throw down, there you go, a Giant Mantis. A little flyer blocker there for all those flyers I saw last game, or didn't see last game. Opponent doesn't look like they have the red yet. They're just sitting pretty. Alright, ending turn, clean up. Alright, well I just dropped another forest. That's what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can bring out this Penumbra Worm, and I think I will after I attack here. Get in there for 7. Do they block? They don't block. Alright, we're going to go ahead and green, green. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bring out the Penumbra Worm. And this should, I would hope, do it. They're at 8. Bring down another forest. And what do they have? Oh my god, pardon me. Opponent? So this actually played a lot better. This is the way I was, there we go. This is the way I was kind of hoping it would go. The first game. Just go ahead and submit it. Hopefully it goes that way again. It was nice. I was a little concerned there because I did have a couple, and I drew a couple more of those high casting cost spells, but it worked out. It worked out. It's nice to draw lands when you actually want to draw lands. We'll see what my opponent has here as we go into game 3 of round 1 here. They'll probably play first, I would expect. Let's see. Let's see. If I keep this, I can play my Root Walla for free. Although it doesn't really matter. I mean, I can just tap the forest and play it anyway. So, yeah, we'll keep that. Mountain, Goblin Patrol. Okay. Very good. Sky Shroud Forest. I'm going to go ahead and drop down the forest. I'm going to drop down Basking Groove Walla. Just hard cast it. Gives me a blocker for that Goblin Patrol if he decides to attack with it. And good. Do they pay the Echo? I'm assuming they do. And they do. Okay. I mean, they probably have another mountain in hand, but the forest too. Another one. Forest. All right. Finhorn Elf. All right. Beginning of combat. Are they going to attack into the Root Walla? They do not. Okay. Very good. There's my swamp. Do I drop down the swamp? I believe I do, and then I'll addle. Probably call red. Well, I had some mean green stuff too, but all right. Yeah, I'm gonna addle. I'm gonna just shot in the dark. Call red. Because it got me with red pretty well that first game. I got a Solar Blast out of that. That's good. Get that Solar Blast. So that's gone. I don't have to worry about that now. And not going to attack. Call it good. Opponent drops down another mountain. I should probably bring up what's known here. So the mountain, Solar Blast. I don't know why it brings these things up. Duplicate. There we go. Oh, you have a third card. That's something I don't know. Well, something I don't know because you drew. All right. Opponent. Attacking or not attacking? That is the question. They do attack. They have that, which is a +3/+3 until the turn draws a card. I'll see if I can bait that out. My Ruhwala will die. They will draw their card, but I don't have to worry about that later. Very good. Not like it gets trampled or anything. There we go. Okay, so they drew a card. I know they have this Flotsam Sculpture, but they're not playing that for a couple more turns yet. Instep, very good. Moving over to me. We are going to go ahead and drop down a Sky Shroud Forest, get blue out there. I have Tangle if I really need to use it, but next turn I can go green, green, Dark Ritual, Jungle Worm. That's what I'm hoping to do next turn. I will use the Tangle if they have some more Giant Growth type effects or Berserk or anything like that. Otherwise, I'll just take my lumps. No blockers. 17. Okay. Oh, more than one creature guy. The Provoke. Yep. And Provoke is... Well, are they Force a block, I think? I haven't seen that in so many years. Dark Hatchling, that's fun. Yeah, it's a flyer, destroys something. That's fun. Throw down the swamp. I'm going to go ahead and Dark Ritual for 3. Jungle Worm. Green, take my 1 from that, and then 1, 2, 3. And there goes the Jungle Worm. Yeah. So I got my 5/5 blocker, which, you know, if he has tricks and he blocks and kills it, whatever. And very good. Now part of me is wondering, should I have held it for this Dark Hatchling? I don't know, maybe I should have. Because that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Although I could just hard cast that if I get one more mana source in the next turn or two anyway. So, I mean, that's the thing. They bring out the Sculpture, the discard outlet. They can get flying, first strike, or trample whenever they pay 2. It also gets 1/1 counter, so it increasingly gets larger as well, which is kind of neat. They, of course, do not attack. And yeah, very good instep. Alright, we'll bring out the Pine Barrens. Move to combat. See, they could block with a lot of things and just straight up kill my Jungle Worm, so we're not gonna do that. I am going to drop a Giant Mantis though, increasing my blocking capabilities. Now I'd like to get this Hatchling, especially if they beef this up a little bit. Love to get this Hatchling to destroy that Sculpture. Let's target non-black creature, right? Yeah, non-black, so not non-black, non-artifact. So I could do that. All right, they are provoking on the Jungle Worm, and I'm assuming they have some way of probably dealing with the Jungle Worm as well. Not casting anything. Go ahead and block there. Go okay. Do they have something crazy? They have a Berserk. That's cool. Oh, I don't have the mana for that. So, all right, they Berserk. 6/2 Trampler. So we can get 1 trample damage in. So that happened. I took another 4. And well, that wouldn't have mattered anyway, because we downright killed it. Let's see. Well, that's blue, green, 1, 2, 3. I can just bounce that back. It's a sorcery anyhow, so I'm going to bounce that back to your hand. I'm going to take 1 for the blue, green, 1, 2, 3, stall tactics, and I'm going to get 6 1/1s out of that, which is nice. So there we go, 6 1/1s. That's some cool stuff there. I'm going to move. I'm going to go ahead and swing in for 2. I don't think you're going to block, so it's kind of free damage. I got 6 1/1 blockers, so I feel good for a turn or two if it comes to that. 6. They're going to bring out the Sculpture again. All right. Be nice if I can get that land. I can now do the Hatchling on it. I mean, I should be more specific when I ask for lands. All right, good. And we're just going to go ahead and sit back and relax for a minute, because I can do the dark hatchling next turn. Just straight up kill, and I get a 3/3 flyer out of that. Because I think they're kind of banking on this right now with 3 cards in hand. Soon to be 2 cards in hand. Up this cycling, so it will be still 3 cards in hand. Cycling the Tranquil Thicket. And opponent, they do get in for 4. I will go ahead and just block with one of my Saprolings. I can get trampled, but let's see. I'll just block with one. I'll make him do it. Make him discard a card. 1, 2, and he is discarding a card. So there's 1 fewer card in his hand. Looks like he threw away a mountain. So I will be taking 4 trample to bring me down to 6. Although I could just tangle. I think I just tangle. Takes 2 to tangle. You gonna do it again? Oh, all right. Well, let's tangle, my friend. So you discard a card. No damage gets through. And I'm just going to kill that next turn. Although it's not going to untap next turn, so I could hold. Get a free turn out of it. Got Nature's Lore. I think I might actually hold, because that's not a threat suddenly, and won't be for a little while. So I could actually hold back and see what happens. So let's go ahead and go okay there. Gonna swing in with all but 2 Saprolings, leave them back to block. And moving on here. Going in. Alright, so that worked. I'm okay doing a Nature's Lore, just kind of thin out the deck a little bit. Bring out a forest. Not like I have a choice. Just thinning out the deck a little bit. And moving on. An opponent. Flowstone Hellion with a haste. Very cool. Glad I went ahead and left some blockers out. They're probably going to attack with it. Yep, it alone. Alright, and we're just going to block with a Saproling token. And if he has a... well, he doesn't have a... well, he could have a Giant Growth. So that blocks there. Now they get their Sculpture back next turn, so I'm going to want to take care of that. Of course, I get another land. So let's go ahead and take care of that. Black, black. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's going to come into play. We're going to get rid of the Sculpture. And we're going to choose that non-black creature. So Sculpture goes away. I have a 3/3 flyer. And I have a bunch of Saprolings. And okay. And I think I send in 3 Saprolings. Leave 1 back as an extra blocker. In case I have another hastier guy, 4 Saprolings. See if I can force him to block with their Goblin Patrol and or Finhorn Elf. What do? They take it. They're down to 8. I'm going to hold the Plains as a bluff. I don't need the land anyway. And we'll see what our opponent does here. If he does attack with a Hellion, I'm planning on blocking with the Mantis because I want to keep my 3 flying offensive threat up. Do they attack with a Hellion? Do they leave it back to block? They do attack with a Hellion. Okay. And I'm going to just block with the Mantis. If we trade, we trade. If he has a trick, he has a trick. Either way, we'll see how it goes. And opponent, what do you do? What do you do? Alright, it looks like he's going for the trade. I doubt he has 2 Berserks. It'd be freaking amazing if he has 2 Berserks. It'd be crazy. Anything else? Depian? Opponent? There we go. Alright, so we trade. They drop down another forest, so they have a grip of land just like I do now. Do they have anything that can deal with a flyer is a question. Grisly Fate. Do I have Threshold? That's what, 7 or more cards? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 8. So that's cool. And I'm just going to go ahead and attack out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's lethal right there. So they have to block. Thankfully, I can make 4 2/2 bear tokens here. So they block there. That'll leave them at 1. And then I'm going to Grisly Fate. 1, 2, 3. Make 4 2/2 bears. And here we go. Now, opponent at 1 life. Goblin Patrol. I'm at 10. They have 6 mana. They bring out the Click Slither. And it does gain trample, so they can attack with it, make it a 5/5 trample. They attack with all. They have 2 green left, so they can make it a 5/5. So I can block 6 there, and I'll block 2 here. And what do? They just let it happen. Okay, yep, they make that a 5/5. I don't know, maybe they have a giant growth. Oh, they have 2, they do have 2 Berserks. Wow! 2 Berserks. How do you like that? So I take 4. Man, 2 Berserks. I couldn't even get 1. That's it, that's the game. So that's cool, got game 1. Move on to the next one. Okay, round 2 here against Junkminer. I lost the roll, so they're on the roll. I have a Paralyze here. I have a Root Walla. I have a couple larger things. I do like having a Paralyze early, and I like having a Root Walla early. So I'm thinking I actually would keep this, and we'll see how it goes. Opponent, bringing down an island. Probably holding a Brainstorm at this point, I would think. I guess we'll find out. There's another land, so very good. So we're going to go ahead and just drop out this Blazing Root Walla. Or Basking Root Walla. Blazing one is the red one from Modern Horizons 2. Opponent, do you have a Brainstorm? Well, we'll find out. They have something. Know that much. They definitely have something. They have time and I have patience. I also have a cat under my feet. Hello, kitty. Gotta pet the kitty. Oh, yeah, too, jeez. Anyway. And this is when my opponent just sits here and goes to time. There we go. Obsessive Search. Alright. Draw that card. There's the Brainstorm. What if they searched for the Brainstorm? Bring down a swamp, ending turn. Okay. Go ahead and get a Grizzly Fate. Cool. I don't want them to know I'm on black yet, so I'm going to drop the Forest. And that's any time, right? Yep. All right. So I'm going to go and attack. I might go on an attack. There we go. Attack there. Very good. Clear attacker step. Clear blocker step. Go ahead and make it a 3/3. And they're just going to cycle them more. Cycling a Michael Moore. Alrighty, so they're at 17. Drop down another swamp. Tapping for 2/1 that can bounce itself. So not something I want to put Paralyze on. And opponent. Alright, moving on. I guess I can do that with damage on the stack just by being Vintage Masters. Not using those vintage rules. Discard a card, return it to its owner's hand. That's really not bad as long as they get cards, and at some point they'll get cards in their hand anyway. So that's actually pretty good. If I'm being completely honest here. All right, what do I get here? Card I can play? It's asking you, opponent, if you want to return. It's going to ask you that every time if you want to return that to your hand. So I'm not the best at MTGO myself, but please watch your prompts. I don't know, am I complaining? Maybe a little bit. Anyway, opponent. Sitting pretty. I got a voicemail. I should check it while I'm waiting. There we go. Alrighty. Got another forest. Still no reason to show black yet. So we're going to just throw that down. And I'm fine baiting into his Aven if he wants to discard a card. Obviously like a Madness type deck, I'm thinking. This is what it seems like. Tick, 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 tick. I mean, my opponent's tapped out. There we go. Moving to combat, swinging there for 1. Do they block? They don't block. I'm going to go ahead and do it anyway. Make it a 3 again and get in there, bringing my opponent down to 14 this time. Just got to remain aggressive. Next turn I'll probably not be doing that because I'm going to throw down the Giant Mantis. They're going to get in for 2. I'll find out if my Giant Mantis makes it in. Kind of depends on, well, yeah. That could work. Defiler, sweet. They could use that on the Mantis if they so choose. Alright, so I'm going to bring down a Swamp. Actually, yeah, I'm going to bring down a Swamp because you need to tap that, and I can just paralyze that, which will tap it down and keep it tapped until they pay 4. So that becomes a very expensive thing to do now. And I'm just going to get in there, hopefully for another 3 damage. I mean, strike while the iron's hot, they say. So opponent's down to 11. I'm at 18. Their Phyrexian Defiler is tapped and will remain tapped unless they want to pay the 4. And they do, so I tap them out at the very least. An opponent getting in there for 2. Waiting on Junkmeyer, I grabbed a Finhorn Elf, which is cool. Let's see. I'm going to swing in with the Root Walla, see if he blocks, and see if I can get a free extra piece of damage in there. He does block, so we are just going to do that to force him to do something here. Or do we just trade? Yeah, we'll just do a trade. Good old-fashioned trade. Fyndhorn Elf, post-combat. So now my Jungle Worm looks like something I might want to consider. It depends on what they do here. Frantic Search, draw 2 and discard 2. Get the mana back. Good Storm card. And of course, they discard something with Madness. They do have 1 blue to madden with. John Madden. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Ba 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 ba. No, it's Monday Night Football. Junkmanor. A Kravikan Sorcerer and a Rescind. What's Rescind? That's a Boomerang with cycling. Alrighty. They get in for 2. Sounds good. I'm going to assume they have a counter spell. Carnophage, nice. Anything else? Tap some blues. Okay, you also have a Paralyze. Cool. You can paralyze that. Made my choice easier. Yeah, I'm not going to pay for it. Nope. Arrogant Worm. What is this? That's the Madness one. That's right. Alright, well. You might have a counterspell. I'm going to find out. They do not. I have a Giant Madness. Alright, Carnophage is going to deal 1 or tap. Alright, tapping down my Mantis. They're going to pay the 1. Yep. And they're going to get in for 4 and bring me to 10 as well. So this is happening. Yep. And then the Kidrix. Alright, 4/4 first strike. Hyper aggressive all of a sudden. No. Because if I do draw the land, I'd like to be able to play a Jungle Worm or something. There's my land. So I can do the Arrogant Worm for 4/4, or I can do the Jungle Worm, which is a 5/5. I'm kind of feeling like the 5/5 might be the better choice at this point in time. So let's do that. Bring up some blockers. And we'll end turn there. No attacks. Very good. Alright, opponent. Your choice in the Carnophage. You're going to take the 1. You have 2/2. Flanking cannot block. So whatever I block with will get -1/-1 against the Fallen Ascari. Opponent does nothing. So they took the 1. I'm going to say no still at this point in time. So I can get out that Arrogant Worm. Oh, I got Spinal Graft. Okay. This is Spinal Graft. What are we going to do here? We are, still going to do the Arrogant Worm. Because it's got Trample. I can turn to a 7/7 Trample, which could be kind of nice. So, Arrogant Worm. We're playing the blockers game now. 4/4 Trampler. Okay, very good. One thing about the Spinal Graft, though, is if they target it to bounce or anything, that could cause me to lose it. So I might want to hold that for whenever I can play this Penumbra Worm. Honestly, I only need 2 more mana. And next turn, I think I will untap my Fyndhorn Elf. Oh, you got an Underground CC. I never get anything cool like that. I'd love to get something cool like that. Alright. You may tap target. Oh, you just straight up did it. All right, let's see. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 10. We are going to move on. GG. Begin sideboarding. All right, what do I sideboard against you? Let's see here. You got some fun stuff. A lot of... I wish I had some way of interacting with a graveyard. That would be cool, but not really something I have. I don't really see any enchantments. Radiant Judgment could be good. An extra removal spell there. Yeah, definitely the extra removal spell. Not really sure beyond that how I want to go about this. I'm thinking the Spinal Graft's probably bad though because they have so many targeting effects, including those tapping effects. So we're going to do that. Just throw in the Radiance Judgment, take out the Spinal Graft. This is Spinal Graft. And move on. I will be on the play here, yes. I will not be keeping those 7 though, 1 land hands, unless I'm on mono red is not really a plan. I will keep this. This looks pretty good. I think I toss back a swamp. Toss back the swamp. Done. I don't have a turn 1 place. We're just going to bring in the tapped Skyshroud Forest and move on. Opponent. Underground Sea. That's a lot better than my Skyshroud Forest, I must say. Alright, coming to me, there's a giant mantis. Well, I am going to bring out a Mesmeric Fiend and see what you have. Choose a non-land card and goes bye-bye for a little while. I believe I'm going to do the same to your Mesmeric Fiend, so you don't do it back to me next turn. You can do it to me later. Mesmeric Fiend and the Mesmeric Fiend. That's like hand disruption inception. Alright, moving on to me. I got some removal. Not removal I can cast right now, but I do have removal. So that's good. Beginning combat. Gonna go ahead and cycle and tap down. I don't want to take the 1, but I do want the card. And moving on. Junkmenor. Cycling a Lonely Sandbar. They definitely have the card draw going for them. And step, moving on, I get my Fiend. There's another Forest. I'm actually 1 short of this Arrogant Worm, which is kind of nice. I will be playing a Giant Mantis after combat, however. Let's just get in there for 1. Alright. You know, if they counter it, they counter it. If they don't, they don't. It's kind of the way I'm seeing it here, and limited. Okay, they got their 4. They're going to paralyze. Yep, there we go. Don't have to worry about that paralyze now. And if, let's see. Cropping Sorcerer, draw 2 cards. Another draw engine. Alrighty. But it's a draw engine that can block my Fiend, which is cool. Do I pay the 4? Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and pay the 4. Because there's no guarantee I'll get that land. So we'll go ahead and just untap that Mantis. If I get the land, I get the land. I got a Dark Hatchling, so see, I wouldn't have gotten the land. Don't want you blocking. And opponent, 2 blue. I'm going to tap down my Mantis again. No Frantic Search. Well, they might still tap down my Mantis again, make me pay another 4. And then we do the Madness, so we get a couple other cool stuff. Alright, drop down land for turn. And bring out that Defiler. And they're going to, are they going to, no, they're not going to draw and discard. In turn. So now they can do the Defiler and get their card back. We got a swamp though, that's nice. What are we going to do? We are going to bring out my Arrogant. Where am I supposed? A little trample action out there, a 4/4 trampler. I'm going to go ahead and draw 2 cards and discard one of them. Discard a swamp. Swamp. Alrighty. Opponent, I'm going to go ahead and just draw a card straight up. Moving on to Deep Analysis, drawing 2 more cards. What I wouldn't give for Underworld Dreams right now, but unfortunately that's in Modern. So that's not going to happen. Okay, they're losing 3 life to do it again. Up to 6 cards in hand and tapped out. They don't do anything else. Alright, yeah, no reason to pay that, no. Okay, I got a swamp again. So I can actually do my hatchling if I wanted to. But first, let's get in there with the Arrogant Worm. Attack there. Alright, they take that. If I do my hatchling, they're going to probably kill the Fiend and take mine back. I'm not too worried about what they might take otherwise, though, so I'd rather not risk losing the hatchling at this point. So let's bring that out. I'll have to throw a non-black creature, so I guess I can't get the Defiler with that, but that's fine. I can still get the Sorcerer. Yeah, pop that. Store your Sorcerer. Okay, and at least now I have a 3/3 flyer. That means they might also use the Defiler on the flyer as well, so they don't have to worry. So I might not have to worry about them grabbing the Fiend and getting their Fiend back. Just hand disruption, you know? Alright, opponent drops down to the land. Or the island, I believe. Alright, Laquana's Champion. I'm going to lose 6 life. When it dies, or lose the battlefield, I'm going to gain that back. So here now I'm going to hope to get a white source. Yep, get a white source so I can exile that. Alright, no sense in paying that. I got Nature's Lore, which does not necessarily help me all too terribly much. Well, we are going to... Let's see. They can regenerate it, which is fun. So let's get in for 3. Get in for 3. We're going to bait out that Defiler sack. Hopefully that brings them down to 1 creature. Nope, they didn't do it. Alright. Well, let's go ahead and do a Nature's Lore, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I could Nature's Lore. I could try to get them to sacrifice a creature as well. Maybe sacrificing the Defiler. What do I do here? Yeah, let's do that. I'm going to try to make you sacrifice something. Or no, because you're at 9. I can bring you down to 5. Let's try to make you sacrifice something. One fewer thing I have to worry about. You're going to probably do death. You're down to 5. And let's just bring out the Nature's Lore. Thin out the deck a little bit. The forest into play. There we go. Also more mana to work with. I really, really need a black mana here. Or a white mana here. White source. I do have 1 basic plains. Also have the Salt Flat, which comes in play tapped. so that's all fun. Gonna tap a bunch of stuff. Nope. Even. Alright, drop down a swamp. Swinging in for 6. I wish I could exile. Okay. We're going to go ahead and just block there. Be okay. Just try to buy some time until I can grab that white source. Green source. That's a blocker. Alright. Good. I'm going to move to attack with the hatchling. They're probably going to block with the Aven, I would assume. Choking Tethers. Tapping down a 4/4. Okay. Alright. I'm still going to go ahead and attack with the Aven. I was thinking about attacking with the Worm, but Aven gets in there. They're going to block and bounce the Aven back to their hand. Nope, they're going to get rid of the Defiler. That's one less thing I have to worry about there. Just drop down the Finhorn Elf. Hey, maybe we'll get lucky to get a Penumbra Worm next turn. Carnophage, bring him down to 4. 10 cards. Come on, white source. Oh, familiar. White source, white source, white source, white source. Dark Ritual. For another Defiler. Very nice. Winging in with a bunch. Not with that. With that. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you have me at 10. Okay. We're going to block there. I'm going to go ahead and take 8 because I don't want you to have that Mesmeric Fiend out because that would screw me up on the exile if I do draw a white source. But now it has to be the plains. If I don't get the plains, I'm pretty sure nothing good is going to come of it. Well, Tangle. Tangle helps. That buys me a turn. So that's cool. Alright, we're going to attack. We're going to get in with the Arrogant Worm. They're going to have to block with something. There we go. Block with both. Blocking order, that followed by that. Alright, so that happens. I wish I had a giant growth or something. Berserk, that would work. Alright, well I have a turn bot with Tangle. So that much is good. Move to combat. Alright, cool. Neuter in the take care of blockers step. That's choosing blockers, waiting on Junkmire. Run that Tangle. And they're going to stay tapped, which is nice. I'm going to bring that back and play it. So they do have a blocker. There you go. And they would have had a blocker anyway. So there's the Ophidian. I get a Carnophage. Which I guess I might as well play, to be honest. Not the white source I needed. Could use that a lot earlier in the game. Suicide Black style card, which is not really what I'm playing, but I do like having a 2/2 for one. And it's not like I have to lose the life. Yeah, they might as well keep it tapped. Alright, moving on. Swinging for 2 in the air. I mean, I can't block it. At least having the Carnophage out prevented me from getting attacked by the Ophidian. And they're going to play it again. Okay, end step. Come on, no, this is when I need that plains. I'm not going to pay 1 life. That's a swamp. That doesn't get the job done. Yep. Yep. I'm going to go ahead and pay that 1. Oh, maybe I should have paid the 1. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. See, it wouldn't have mattered. It wouldn't have mattered. And they're not even attacking with a champion anyway. They don't want to risk something. Alright. Do that. They're going to get that. They're going to grab my exile. Now, go figure, this is when I get my white source. They're going to play that. They're going to grab my exile, and this is when I get my white source. Yep. Yeah, why not? Yeah, I'll pay the 1. And there's got a green source. Alright. GG. Alright, welcome to round 3. We have the play. And got some lands, got early game things. So cool thing is if they do get a creature out early, we're good. A few things we can build towards. No real early game plays, but I don't want to get stuck like I've been stuck in the past. I'd rather go ahead and just build towards things. So we're going to go ahead and keep that. My opponent, Stall 07. Stall 07. Good luck, Stall 07. My opponent, if they mulligan, I'd be like, well, maybe I shouldn't have mulligan, but we'll figure that out as we go here. All right, they kept. I'm going to go ahead and drop down a forest, and I might just cycle away the Tranquil Thicket. First time I've seen that, I think. All event. Opponent on blue. All right. Just going to go ahead and cycle that away. Got an Addle, which I like, because I'm going to Addle for blue. Untap, upkeep, and draw. And draw. And draw. Let's go. There we go. Drop down a Dark Ritual as well. Gonna hold that back for cheating out something big later. For now, we are just going to go ahead and addle my player, or my opponent. We'll see what he has. We're going to addle for blue. And what do they? The Visara the Dreadful, that could be a pain in the butt later. Expunge, they got some, okay, Animate Dead, they got some fun stuff here. Okay, they reveal their hand. We're going to get rid of that counter spell. There we go. I don't know why it doubles it up like that, but okay. So I got rid of the counter spell. I'm glad they don't have any black currently. Because I don't like them having that Animate Dead and this Expunge right here. Let alone the Visara. But we'll see what we can do here. A lot of black. Good old fizzy water. Alright. Opponent drops down a second island. Drops them both down for an Owl Familiar. That owl seems familiar. Boom. Yeah, dad joke for you. What do you want? What do you want? What do you want from me? What do you want from me? Alright, good. Another forest. I was hoping for that. You currently do not have black that I am aware of. So, run the Dark Ritual. Run out a turn 3 Jungle Worm. And just force you to deal with it. And you know what? If you expunge it, then you expunge it. Kravkan Sorcerer. Very cool. Okay. Swing in there. No blockers. Good to go. I have a feeling they're going to start looking for... Now, what they might do, they can see them discarding that and then animating it, cheating it out that way. Which would be a bummer, but that might be the way they're going to go here. Alright, swing in, get in for 5. What's fear? No, it's got flying. So got in there for 5. I could Tyrant's Choice. I'd be choosing just the life, bringing down to 14. I think I'm going to hold back on that for now. I don't see a reason to do it right now. Alright, an opponent. What do you got for me? Now, if I were them, I would use Crafting Sorcerer. I would ditch Visara, like I mentioned, and try to see if I can draw a swamp. Yeah, they ditched the Visara. I'm going to see if they draw a swamp. You know, we've played that as well. We've played that. They did get a swamp. That's nice. So now we can animate dead Visara. Yep, that's a thing. That's a good thing for them. Now I got 4 or 5 up there. Swing in. Not blocking. Alright, Reign of the Pit, which is not going to help me here. Not one bit. What I can do, I can go ahead and just go for the attack, get another 5 damage in. Knowing full well that it's going to die next turn. And then let's just do a Tyrant's Choice. And I'm going to do Torture. Just to get you down to 6. Animate that is done. Nice getting the Animate Dead and the Visara. That's a nice one. So either way, they're losing 4 life. Have them down to 6 now. And they're going to Forest Cycle their Aberration. They have a forest now. And they played the forest. Get rid of that. And I'm assuming they're just going to go ahead and destroy my worm now. And work with, and work with dealing with me later. It would be nice if I do get a white source and I bait them into attacking with Visara. I can just exile it and I'll feel a heck of a lot better about how things are going. A Desert Twister, which helps me none. So I'm going to take a beating next turn. And they're going to get a free Basking Root Walla. Look at that. Look at that. Okay. Not bad. I'm in for a world of hurt this turn. Opponent. 1, 2, 6, 7, 9. Gonna swing at me for 9 to bring me down to the Ocho. Be nice if I had something to do about that. I don't. Okay. Oh, no, they're not bringing me down that far. I don't think that's Summoning Sickness. Alright. Get me for 5 then. I mean, I understand why they want to keep back the Crafting Sorcerer. That one I get. Alright, I have a Dark Ritual here, which give me 1 green. I can just destroy Visara the Dreadful now with this Dark Ritual. So, or with this Desert Twister. So 1, 2, 3. 3 black. See if this gets through. Wait, cancel. Nope. That. See if this gets through. They might have a counterspell. If they do, I'm kind of toast. They have 3 cards in hand. Now 2 of them are these 2. They are going to discard the Obsessive Search, triggering Madness. So they'll draw off that. Okay. Did they draw the counterspell? They did not. Okay. So that's good. That just bought me many, many, many more turns. Theoretically speaking, that is. They hit me for 1, 2, 4. 4 to 5 they'll hit me for next turn, I would anticipate. And really what I need is a good defensive creature right now. That Giant Mantis I seem to draw every game would be nice. But we'll see what happens. Opponent. And we wait, bum bum bum. As we wait for our opponent, now we wait, bum bum bum. Shall we wait, bum bum bum. Ah, no, that's dumb. Problem though with the creature is, as long as it needs to be a black creature, otherwise they can expunge it. Okay, yep, they're getting in there for 4. Very good. Boom. Alright. In step. Oh, got nothing. Got forest. Can't cast anything. And you're gonna, yeah, hit me for 5 if you wanted to next turn. At the mercy of the draw. I mean, at least this I can get a 2/2 black creature. Or no, maybe a 1/1. Alright, Arrogant Worm. Yep, GG. Okay. Moving on. Conceding game. Begin sideboarding here. I'm going to go ahead and throw in that Vorine. Throw in that Vorine. Radiant's Judgment could be good. I kind of want to add an extra planes. I always seem to be needing an extra plane, so we're going to add an extra planes. We're going to go down. To swamp. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 green sources, 8, 9 green sources, 10 green sources. We can go down a forest. And then we're also going to take out what do we take out here? I think we take out a... I think we have to take it out from the higher end of things here, I really do. Crystal Fate's Nexus goes wider, which helps with all the removal they have. We're going to take maybe even these 2 worms. We have a lot of black, and this has to be a non-black creature. We're going to take out the Dark Hatchling, and we're going to take out the Arrogant Worm, I believe. And we're going to see how that goes. On the play. Alright, yeah, that's not going to work. Mulligan that. Okay, this I can make work. I have my white. I have a blue. I have green. I have all 3 of my white removal, which is kind of funny. I'm going to keep these 6. I send back... What do I send back? Honestly, I might just send back the Dark Ritual. That looks like the one I might want to do. Yeah, I send back the Dark Ritual. Probably start with the Salt Flats unless I get a 1-drop thing I can cast off the forest. Well, which I'm not going to draw because I'm on the draw. So just throw down the Salt Flat. And okay. Opponent. Grasslands. Okay, so I'm going to be fetching next turn. End step. Alright, I drew the Vorvine, which I think is a 4-drop. It's a 4-drop. Don't have anything else to play, so we'll just keep playing these tap lands. It's really bad tap pain lands. But at least I have all 3 colors out. All 4 colors out. Drop down an island, so they could counterspell something if they so chose. Alright, so I got a Spinal Graft. This is Spinal Graft. Yeah, right. I'm happy just to sit back for now. I have all 3 of my white removal spells. They're all instants. I mean, one has to be attacking. Okay, they're going to Forest Cycle. So I know they have a forest. Probably going to drop down that forest. Yep. You can bring down the Kravikan Sorcerer, which we are just going to straight up destroy at the end of this turn. Alright, Afterlife on that. Take 1 there and then tap. So instead they get a 1/1 White Spirit token with flying. Because I don't want them to be enabling their madness as much as they did last time around. Okay, so there you go. I'd much rather them have that. Swamp. And then I'm just going to go ahead and bring out this Vorine. Provoke. Can only be blocked by 1 creature. And we'll see how this goes. They might have removal. If they do, then they do. Opponent drops down an island. And they're going to go ahead and get in there for 1. Bring me down to 18. Now, do I tempt fate by throwing the Spinal Graft on it? Breath of Life. They're bringing that back. Oh, they're bringing that back. Okay. I thought they were getting something else. Well, I can Radiance Judgment that. See, now I'm getting all my white sources. We're going to cast that as a sorcery because I'm bad at magic. Just get rid of that. And I'm not, yeah, I'm just going to move. I don't want them to... Well, I mean, to be fair, it's not like they could have, I mean, they could have countered it, I guess. Okay, so I got that done. That's gone. You know, if they do something larger, that would be a reason to do a Spinal Graft, you know, tempt the Spinal Graft. Because, you know, as soon as it's targeted, it goes away. Mana Prism, the Prism of Mana. Blue and 1 standing. Okay, Miss Miriam, this is good because I can see what they have here to see if it's even worth doing that. So let's go black and 1. We'll see what you have in your hand here. You have a counterspell, which is going to be gone. Yeah, that's going to be gone. Choosing the counterspell. And there you go. We got those. Let's see, green. If you get another green, you can cast the Arrogant Worm. A green, 1, 2. You can cast Sylvos too. Oh, I meant to cast. Oh, darn. Hit okay too fast. That's fine. I'll still get in for 3. Should be 6. It's my bad. My bad. Alright. Opponent. Really drop that second forest. Owl familiar. Alright. Very good. And they're going to madness in that arrogant worm. And there it is. Okay. Very cool. Very good. Alright. So I drop a forest, and I do drop a forest. I'm going to go ahead and do a Spinal Graft on my Vorine, force him to block with the worm. So that on the Vorine, Swamp, colorless. Alright, move to combat with just the Vorine. I'm going to provoke the worm. Yeah. Make the worm force the block. And now I don't have to worry about the worm. Alright, very good. See how long my my Vorine lasts. Hope we get another turn or 2 out of it. That'd be cool. Alright, nothing in step. Very good. Moving to my turn. Get another forest. Gonna hold that one back. Gonna attack. Activates the sorceries. I'm not gonna use its ability. You might block anyway. But I want to give myself the opportunity to actually hit you for damage. And I do hit you for damage. I'll throw down the forest, and I'll pass turn. I think I have enough for that arrogant worm. Jeez. Maybe I can draw it. Wouldn't that be nice? Opponent. Stall 07. If that's your real screen name. No, of course it's a screen name. If that's your real name. Alright. Okay, I can stop drawing these lands any effing time, people. An attack. Yeah, just go ahead and provoke. Let's just get rid of that thing. Maybe that was a bad idea. Okay, it's going to be destroyed. So it wouldn't have mattered. Alright, very good. And then I'll just throw down the swamp and pass turn. Oh, you already played that. Yeah, grab the Silvos would be cool, because then I can gain exile when he attacks and gain 5 life. So that would be neat. I haven't seen any black this game. I'm thinking that's probably a good thing. And now reanimate. Nice. Reanimated my Vorine. Okay. You did take damage off that at the very least, which is nice. Yeah, we'll throw down the Carnophage. I was hoping to use the exile on a biggie of yours, opponent, but I think I might have to do it to protect you from getting a counterspell off of the Mesmeric Fiend. That might be what I have to do. Alright, opponent. Moving to combat. Okay. Attacking with both. Provoking. Provoking that. I'm just going to go ahead and exile it now. Exile that. white, colorless, and colorless. If it gets countered, it gets countered. It wasn't meant to be. Looks like it's going to get countered. It does. So that was going to happen either way, it looks like. Feels a little less bad when that's the case. Well, you must block, so you are blocking, and they get the counterspell back. And maybe I'll get to try to bait that out next turn. Yeah, I'll pay the 1. Grisly Fate. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have only 5. I need 7 to make that really worthwhile. So we're going to hold that back. You're at 7 now. I'm going to get in there for 2. Get you to 5. Maybe. Not getting you to 5. What are you doing? Frantic Search. You're going to untap a few lands. Alright, so you get a blocker. Okay. So that comes in. Make it bigger. Too bad this doesn't give me threshold, I don't think. There's, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Only 6, and you can counter my my Grisly Fate because you do still have a counter spell in there. So I don't know why that's not known. That should be known because I know you have it. You took it back. You've only used 1 of the 2 I know you now have. But all right. Swinging in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 damage. It appears, bringing me down to 9. Okay. Bringing out an Aquamoeba. Alright. Dark Ritual. Well, at least there's my... You can't say that I'm not going to try it here. And they'll go ahead and counter this. I mean, get the counter out of their hand, but I believe that's going to be game. Because we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 9 right there. 10. Yep, that's it. Good game. Okay, we are on the play, and we're going to keep... Well, we're going to be on the play. We are not going to keep this hand, however. Moving that way. Start from a loud breath. I was downstairs. I had to run back up. Forgot what time it was. Okay, see, Nature's Lore, going to keep that. Keep my Exile, going to toss back probably the Penumbra Ring Worm. Keep the Grisly Fate, because that's more likely to be played. So keep. Toss back the Worm. Done. Man, almost didn't make it up. Jesus. Okay, let's see here. 16 minutes. Wow, how long was it sitting here? My timer went off only 2 minutes ago. Well, I guess my timer must have been off. Well, that's what I get. Alright, drop down a Salt Flats and go. I have to play fast. Gotta go fast, like Sonic. Okay. Opponent. Swamp. Carnophage. Great first turn. Terrific first turn. Okay, I'm going to throw down a Forest. I'm going to get beat in the face a little bit here. But, I guess I deserve if I made him wait that long. Grab a Forest. I'm going to put it into play. Do they have a something? They may or may not have a something. I guess we'll find out. And they're making me wait at a spike because I made them wait unintentionally. Okay. Opponent. What do you got here? They must have something that they can do. Otherwise it wouldn't be holding up on them like that. Okay. Their turn. Probably going to take the one. Yeah, they're going to take the one. Alright. And 2 carnophages. Jeez. Jeez. There's my mouse. There's my mouse. Alright, gonna get in there for 2. Yup. Yup, yup. End step. Alrighty. Got a swamp here. I can go ahead and throw down that swamp. Throw down! It's a throw down. Alrighty. I might have to exile one of those carnophages. Not entirely something I was hoping to do, but I might have to. Opponent. Two more carnophages. Yep, yep. Yep, yep. Oops, what a hitter. There we go. Alright, at least they're taking damage too. I mean, that's something, right? Okay. You know, maybe I don't exile them. I'll play the Grizzly Fate next turn. And they'll be my blockers. What do they have here? Give it Shadow. Okay. Yeah, okay, so we'll go ahead and play the Forest. I'll just get my 2 blockers. And I'll call it good. Okay, I got my bear tokens. Life's a bear. It's got to grin and bear it. Any more puns I want to do? There's a suicide black going here. The shadow's cool though. I like it. I like it a lot. Mine opponent. White, so you're not shadowing this turn, at least currently. Yeah, maybe you have something. You have a... Oh, okay, you are shadowing this turn. Move to combat. Just going to get in there for 2. No, getting in with everything. Alright, and we're just going to block a bear each. And be okay with that. And are we trading? We are trading. Cool. Took 2 off the emissary. Got a ring in the pit. Pony, you have anything for me? Okay, throw down the Pine Barrens. I'm going to make you use the white again. Hey, little kitty cat. Good kitty. Good kitty, Lucy. Got a cat around my feet right now. Alright, casting Arrogant Worm, 4/4 Trampler. Good kitty. Okay. Opponent. Gonna kill my worm? Possibly. Yeah, Radiant Judgment gonna kill the worm. And then they're gonna get in for 2. Okay. In step. Yep, seems cool. Swamp. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. So I can do the Rain in the Pit later. Okay, moving on. Opponent. Right now it's living off that emissary. Swing for the attack. Let's just go ahead and... Oh, non-white. Wah, wah. Feels bad. Alright, I'm going to take 2. Tell you, they just might get there with the emissary. At least I have a blocker this time. And I can take something out of their hand. So let's see here. Oh, I really don't want to spend... I want to see what they have. I want to know what I'm looking at here. One of those like a 1-2 or something. That'd be nice. Battle Screech, you can make a bunch of things. Imperial Armor. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's... We don't have the white right now. Too bad you don't have any black creatures, though. What do we do here? I think, I don't know, I guess take the Tyrant's Choice? I don't know. Kind of want you to put the Imperial Armor on that, because it would make it 2/6. And then I can Rain in the Pit and make a 6/6 demon token. I don't know. But then I have to sacrifice the Fiend, which would give you... I don't think I'm in a very good position here. Anywho. Swinging for 2. Give it Shadow. Yep. In turn. Alright, so I have Tingle, which is going to be nice. That's going to help keep me out and about for a little bit. So let's go ahead and swing. Swinging for the 1. Waiting here. Alright, very good. If they get the other white, that would be actually nice for me. They have their own Mesmeric Fiend. Okay, so that comes in. I'm going to Tangle just to protect myself now from the damage. And they're probably going to take the exile, I would think. Is that what they do? Because if they take the exile, no, they take the rain. Okay. So I'll get the rain back. They're unlikely to attack because this is just going to stay tapped. No, they're attacking. All right. No blockers. No damage. Well, I guess it does untap. I know what I'm thinking there. All right, let's see. I could go green, green. 1, 2, 3. That leaves me one short of having an open exile. And I kind of want the open exile. Although I doubt they'll attack with that. So maybe I do tempt fate a little bit. Bring that out. See what happens. Not going to attack, of course. And Moon Madness's turn. Opponent. What do they got here? They're making screechers. Yep, screechers. Flash it back. You have 3 white creatures, yep. That is a lot of birds. But bird is the word. No, I can't attack with a jungle worm, and possibly exile it if necessary. Because I'm going to need that life, because it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 6 damage right there. So it's all in white at that. Oh, son of a... Well, that was on me. We're going to be trying to play too fast, and I clicked right through the attack. So much for me gaining 5 life. Honestly, it probably wouldn't have made much of a difference. Yeah, giving it shadow, and then getting in there for 6. Oh no, come on. Attack with that. Alright, not even going to block. Nothing I can't block with. Alright, moving on. Moving on. Let's see here. A lot of white. Now, of course, it doesn't mean that exile is worthless, because the second I take out exile, they're going to have something I'm going to wish I had exile for. But that said, I saw 1 black creature. Everything else was white, so black could just be splashed in. That is a possibility. Otherwise, I don't really know what I would put in. My other cat just came in. Hi, Zeppo. I don't really know what I would put in. I didn't see anything too big. They were stuck on. They were stuck on 1 black a lot, so it's very possible that that they do have something that I can do that, or something black that I can deal with here. I don't really see anything too crazy that would really help me. Didn't see any enchantments. I mean, that could be good. That could help. Put that in, take my Penumbra Worm out, and we'll just see how that... Maybe we'll just see how that goes. Darn kitty. Cute kitty. So even though I'm not doing so well, I mean 1 and 2 right now, getting that first win right off the bat felt good. It really did. And this is kind of neat to play. Yes, I am disappointed with the cards I got. Got some cool stuff for deck building later, but overall, yeah, it could have been nicer. I didn't really get any sort of power-like card at all. I mean, Dark Ritual is cool, but it is what it is. It's limited. It's a sealed event, and what you get is what you get. That's really all there is to it. I guess I could try to build like an Edric Spymaster of Trest budget deck if I wanted to do some commander later, but All right, back into the event here. We are going to play first. We have a Paralyze, Afterlife Thicket. I don't really have much I love here, so I'm going to mulligan that away. Hatchling came back. Tyrant's Choice. The Fiend is good. Sky Shroud Forest. That looks good. I think what I'm going to keep, and I think what I end up tossing back, I want to keep that. I really do want to keep that, but it might not be the best decision. Although this always just turns into 4 life. Doesn't really ever turn into anything other than that. I think I want to hold on to that hatchling. It's the only removal I have in my hand right now that's actually removal. Tyrant's Choice is literally just pay 2, per opponent loses 4 life. Alright, Sky Shroud Forest in to start, move it over to my opponent. Alright. They have an island, moving over to my turn. Okay, I drew the Tranquil Thicket. I'm going to drop down a Swamp and a Mesmeric Fiend, and let's see what my opponent has. Okay, let's see. You have, open up my eyeball there, Center to Befried, a Wild Mongrel, which is not bad. I don't really want to deal with that Efreet, so yeah, couldn't take out that Efreet. It's a very aggressive card, and one that I would definitely have difficulty handling. Alright, Sandbar goes away. And they're going to play that Mongrel next, I would assume. I would. Okay, there goes the Forest. And there's the Mongrel. Okay. Very good. And we are moving on. So that's a 2-2 down. Nice, I got the Hatchling. That's good. Because that gives me... Oh, and what's 7? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to go ahead and just play the Thicket because I don't really have a play otherwise. So I'm just going to play the Thicket, and we're going to move on. Just going to start building up towards that hatchling here. Untap, upkeep, and draw. Oh, opponent. There we go. Very good. Swinging in for 2. They could make it like 5. I'm going to give them the opportunity to do so at this point in time. They're just going to keep it at 2. 2 green. No, 1 green. I know they have the Elder. A couple other things in hand. Oh, they did play another Forest. Hermit Druid. Phenomenal. Phenomenal. Okay. Great. Moving on. I got an Exile with no white source available. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 7. I mean, that costs so darn much. Okay, moving on. Moving on to move on. Opponent. Nature's Lore. Gonna grab themselves a Forest. I'm gonna go ahead and swing with that. See, I'm not gonna block with my Fiend until I know I can get the Hatchling taken care of. Because then that gives me an answer to the Sterdim Freet. But I am starting to take a beating here. Okay, got a Basking Root Walla. Not what I'm looking for. Opponent. Yeah, I'll go ahead and attack in for 1 this time. Get that 1 damage in. Throw down the Basking Root Walla. And we'll pass the turn. They are going to Choking Tether, cycling and tapping down the Root Walla. And we'll see what happens here. Yep. Okay, moving on. Opponent. Untap, upkeep, draw. Let's see what comes of it. Okay, forest. Forest. Turn both sideways. Yep. Am I taking 3 or am I taking more? Just 3. Is this the Elder? That's the Elder. Oh, it's a shiny Elder. Yep. Over to my turn. Alright, I got that Krosan Vorine, which is kind of neat. And I have to play defensively. So I'll just play that out as a blocker for now. And we'll continue this makeshift defense I have going on here. Opponent. Madness. Okay, Moon River. What we got going for us? So they got 4 green and a blue, 4 cards in hand. An unblocked wild mongrel would be 2/6, which would bring me down to 6. It's just too bad. Yeah, I can't let it be unblocked. I'm gonna have to block. Basking Root Walla is gonna have to die. Just depends what my opponent decides on. That's really what it comes down to. So I suppose we will find out. As Seth would say, opponent. There we go. Tapping stuff. 2 green. And who knows? Definitely 2 green tapped. That much. Oh, never mind. 2 green were not tapped. So not definitely 2 green tapped. Definitely not 2 green tapped. Tequila. There we go. So we are tapping 2 green. But what is he going to do with it? What? Pray tell. Armor of Thorns. Enchant non-black creature. +2/+2. Really take it that long to do that, huh? Alright. Opponent. Attacking. And I am blocking. Just like that. We have a block. Very good. Okay. Got rid of a Basking Root Walla. Playing down a forest. Get rid of that. Playing down a forest and moving to my turn, I believe. Yep. Not a land, but it is an Addle, which is cool, I guess. Oh, targeting player. Black and 1. Stuck in 4 lands here is not the way I want to do it. And I'm going to pick probably blue. I think you probably have a blue problem here. Yeah. And we are going to rescind your rescind, leaving you with you have my Elder left in hand. And that's going to do it for me this turn. I really need a white source. I've said that many times this event. I need a white source. It just seems to be the way things are going here. Alright, attacking and attacking. Declare attacker's step. Yep. And we're blocking here. Yep. I'm just trying to buy some time here. Yep. And yep. Okay. Three green for the other Elder. So that's gone. That window's gone. And instep. Moving on. Alright. Got a Paralyze. That's fun. Go ahead and put a Paralyze on your Wild Mongrel. Make you earn it at least. Okay, so I gotta pay 4 to untap that thing. So at least I'm locking down some of your mana, seeing as I can't seem to draw any of mine. Nope, not attacking. That would not be a wise decision, I don't believe. 1 green, you're gonna use your Hermit Druid. No, oh, you're drawing a card and then you're searching for land. That would make sense. You can do it again, I think, right? Yeah, you can do it again. Island, huh? Yep, up to 2 basic lands. Got 2 islands. Gonna pay the 4. All right. Opponent. All right. Moving to attack. Gonna swing out. Not gonna block. Are they going to dump their hand? Okay. The 3/3. What happened there? Oh, because it turned black. For some reason, you thought it'd be a good idea to turn that black. Okay. I mean, I'll take it. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you're done. So I'm going to go ahead and tap. Now, because you made it black, that means the Dark Hatchling unfortunately can't touch it. So that's a thing. Rather unfortunate thing, I might add. They're just going to pop their Elder. Yes, they do. Elder has been popped. Opponent. Drop down an island. Alright, well, it's not a land, it is mana. And at least your guys are tapped, so there's that. Get in there for 1. And we'll end the turn. Pay 4 for your Paralyze. I actually might let him untap it. Grizzly Fate. Alright, you got bears. Bears! Furry tractors. Alright, drawing a couple cards. I think you played an island. My cat is meowing like a mad kitty in the background here. Alright. Well, I gotta do it. I don't know if it'll make a lick of difference, but I gotta do it. Dark Hatchling. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bring that down. You can make that black as a thing, though. So I don't want you to make it black. So I'm just going to choose a bear token. So that thing doesn't become a black. Why do I have a... Oh, Christ. Oh well. I could have had a blocker up. How do you screw up that math? Okay. Opponent. Paying the 4, I'm sure. Another island. Tapping a lot of mana. Get another one of those Grizzly Fates. Ether Mutation. Alright, that's probably going to be game right there. That's probably game. We have all those Sapperling tokens now. I don't see why that can't be game. My cat's going to come in the camera here, I think. Probably been hearing him meow. Yep. Go kitty. Alright, Armor of Thorns is back in. Got 2 of those too. Wouldn't have minded one of those. And they're just going to swing out. It's 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alright. I guess I'll block the 3/3 and get your Serendib Efreet back. Gosh, would have been nice to get a second win. I don't believe that's going to be happening here. Especially now if I'm drawing a forest. So there's that. I don't even have 2 black. I can't even recast it. So GG, that's game. Fun to have played this. Wish it turned out a little better. I did get a win, which was nice. Thank you very much for watching, and if you want to support more Magic the Gathering content here on Magic Untapped, go ahead and toss a buck on our tip jar on Patreon. You can also become a $5 Patreon subscriber, support the YouTube channel, the website, that much more, and after a few months we'll send you an exclusive Magic Untapped decal. It's a Patreon exclusive benefit. Other than that, thank you very much for watching, and well, maybe we'll do better next time.